Big night tonight for John McCain, perhaps the most important night of his political career. And our top story here at the Live Desk is that he will turn the XL Center into one big town hall meeting, which is known as his best kind of forum when he accepts, I should say, the Republican nomination, making the case that he is the one ready to lead our nation and to bring the kind of change we really need in Washington. And like our next guest, he will argue that the Republican Party is best prepared to keep America headed in the right direction. Look at this.
I get a little tired of hearing how the Democrats care so much for the working guy, as if all Republicans grew up with silk stockings and silver spoons. I'm not a Republican because I grew up rich. I'm a Republican because I didn't want to spend the rest of my life poor, waiting for the government to rescue me.
That line was a big winner for him. That was former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee, of course. And there he is, joining us now from St. Paul. Governor, always good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Great to be here today.
So you had some fun last night, didn't you?
It was a lot of fun, and the biggest bout of fun I had was watching Sarah Palin melt this place down. It was absolutely a phenomenal evening for everybody here. I think it electrified not just the crowd here in St. Paul, it electrified America.
You know, obviously that is the message that splashed all over the newspapers today and all over the internet and everywhere else. The big question is what happens next? You know, how do you kind of keep that momentum going? And what do you expect to hear tonight from John McCain? And will we see you know, in any way, a different John McCain tonight?
I had a wonderful conversation with the senator earlier this morning, and I told him, I said, I'll be praying for you because you got a tough job ahead of you following Sarah Palin last night. And he laughed and he agreed, and he said, yeah, it's a tough act to follow. But I think he's giddy with excitement over her performance last night. Clearly, she won the hearts of people. She's authentic, and I think what people look for in their leaders is authenticity. Somebody that's real, that knows what it's like to stand in the aisle of a grocery store with coupons and say, which brand can I afford this week? And that's who she is. And it's just so refreshing to see someone who comes right up from the earthiness of this country, all that it is about, and really has the capacity to be a great leader.
Well, what do you make of the talk today, you know, that she was handed this speech and, oh, she did a great job delivering it, which is, you know, sort of minimizing some of what she did, I think?
Well, you know, that's really ridiculous. First of all, she had a major hand in crafting pretty much that speech herself. But, you know, I don't hear anybody saying, oh, Obama's speech was crafted by somebody else. I mean, the fact is there are a lot of Democrats who think that Obama's speech was postmarked Mount Sinai and came in 2 tablets of stone. So you have to remember that there's still this sense of almost amazing attitude toward Obama, a lot of it fed by the national media. And America's just tired of it. I think that's what's energized them about Sarah Palin. They're seeing, here's a lady who gets up and talks about, you know, the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull is the lipstick. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that was a funny line. You know, in terms of closing the deal, though, this is still a very tight race. The latest Gallup poll is 49% for Barack Obama, 42% for John McCain. A lot of enthusiasm today, a lot of feel-good and energized base for sure. But, you know, as you look a little bit further down the road in the next 60 days, what do you think your party has to do if they want to get back into the White House?
Martha, it all comes down to one thing, that's getting out the vote. And until a week ago, I was really concerned that there wasn't the energy level. You know, people were saying, the hardcore Republicans, we're going to go vote for Senator McCain. But what's happened in the last week, first the selection of Sarah Palin, but then the attacks that have happened to her family have just given the base of our party energy. And now they're going to go vote, but they're not going alone. They're going to make those phone calls. They're going to knock on doors. That's how you win elections. You got to get the voters out, because you can have all the poll numbers in the world. Those people don't vote, you're finished.
Do you think in any way that the pick of her was calculated in some way to do that, to sort of energize the base because they knew that there were certain things that she was going to be attacked on?
You know, I don't know that it was calculated as much as it was that John McCain came to feel comfortable with her. I believe that certainly he felt that she brought something to the table in terms of reform-minded governor. He needed that balance to show here's someone out there dealing with domestic issues every day. Unquestionably, having a woman on the ticket is a big thing, and I think we're proud as a party. I mean, right now the Republicans are saying it's one thing to have nominated a woman, which the Democrats did 24 years ago, and that's great, but we're going to elect one, and that's going to be historic.
All right, Governor Huckabee, always a pleasure. Thanks very much for coming by the live desk. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy.